Hello my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family. So I want to talk to you today about the raw material. And so this is known as the Law of One. And to me it's just a thing of beauty. And very powerful. You know, it just rings so true. To me anyway, and to many, many others as well. And in case you're not familiar with this, the Law of One material is so insightful, and let me just give you a taste. The one intelligent infinity invested itself in an exploration of manyness. Due to the infinite possibilities of intelligent infinity, there is no ending to manyness. The exploration thus is free to continue infinitely into an eternal present. The best way of service to others is the constant attempt to seek to share the love of the Creator, as it is known to the inner self. This involves self-knowledge and the ability to open the self to the other self without hesitation. This involves, shall we say, radiating that which is the essence or the heart of the mind-body-spirit complex. The best way for each seeker in third density to be of service to others is unique to that mind-body-spirit complex. This means that the mind-body-spirit complex must then seek within itself the intelligence of its own discernment as to the way it may best serve other selves. This will be different for each. There is no best. There is no generalization. Nothing is known. Each of you has at the heart that fire of suns, that spark of creatorness that contains all that there is. And so, in a very important way, each of you is beyond all changes yourself. The you that was created before time and space, the only you that ever was you, the only you that will ever be you. You are unique. And truly you are precious and beloved to the Creator, who values every distortion and every seeming imperfection that has dented and banged you in the fire of learning and made you who you are. For you vibrate with a certain chord that cannot be duplicated. That is essentially you. That is most beautiful. So when we look at this material, the way Source is described, or God is, as intelligent infinity, as also as the one infinite creator. And so right here in this statement, it's a very powerful one. The one infinite infinity, or intelligent infinity, so you could say Source or God, invested itself in the exploration of manyness. So in the beginning is the one. There's just one. There's no duality. Due to the infinite possibilities of intelligent infinity, or due to the infinite, unlimited capabilities of Source or God, there is no ending to manyness. So in other words, there's so many things that could come forth from that which is infinite. The exploration thus is free to continue infinitely into an eternal present. And this goes on forever. So basically what they are saying is that Source basically created all that there is in order to explore many different possibilities and to explore itself from many different avenues and points of view. And re-looking at this, the best way of service to others is the constant attempt to seek to share the love of the Creator as it is known to the inner self. So again, you must go within. You don't know anything until you go within. You don't even know who you are. And so many of us go through life, we don't have a clue of who we are because we never take the time to discover who are we. Who are we really? Because most people are an imprint of that which society makes them. They're just reflecting other people's impressions and thoughts, expectations and desires on that individual, on that person. So most people don't even have a clue of who they are. And that's very, very sad. Most people take on a false persona that is simply what society has imprinted onto them. And so they're not really living an authentic life. They're not really living the life that they would choose to, because of their indoctrination, because of all the teaching. You know, I was looking for another word other than brainwashing, but basically indoctrination is really brainwashing in so many ways. We are imprinted with what society expects and wants us to be, and really what we need to do is go within. Don't believe something blindly just because you've been taught it. You must go within to find your truth. Otherwise, you are not even truly living your life as yourself. You are living your life as others want you to live, and as others view you, as others expect you to be. So you must be true to yourself. Be authentic. Find out who you really are. You must go within. You're not going to find it out by going without. You must go within. So self-knowledge is so key. And the ability to open the self to the other self without hesitation. So our ability to automatically open our hearts and our minds to others, and to truly listen to them, and to truly try to feel and sense who they are without hesitation. This involves, shall we say, radiating that which is the essence or the heart of the mind-body-spirit complex. So it's all about energy and energy exchange. The radiation is the energies that come from us, hopefully they are the energies of love and compassion, empathy, acceptance, all these positive gratitude, positive emotions and energies. And they always refer to, in the law of one, the individual as a mind, body, spirit complex, because that is what we are. That is exactly what we are. We are a complex, a mind, body, spirit complex. The best way for each seeker in third density to be of service to others is unique to that particular mind, body, spirit complex, to that being. Every being is unique. The way of you to be of service to others and of the world is distinctly unique in your own. Everyone is a perfect individual, and everyone is perfect in their own right. Because Source, God, the infinite intelligence that is, the one creative force, has made you. And so be true to yourself and accept who you are. Only when we accept who we are can we truly love another. And only then can we actually be of service to others in general. This means that the mind-body-spirit complex, the individual, must then seek within itself the intelligence of its own discernment as to the way it may best serve other selves. Each way is unique. What are your gifts? What are your passions? What do you have to contribute to others? Every one of us is unique. This will be different for each. There is no best. It's not that one's better than another. There is no best. There is no generalization. There is no one way. All are entitled to their own way, whatever that way is, as long as it's a way that is true to yourself and not something that's just imprinted on you, conditioned into you. So there is no best. There is no generalization. Nothing is known. And we look at this, each of you has at the heart the fire of suns. And if you were to look at what you really looked like on an energetic level, just look up at the sun in the sky, because that is what you are. You are energy. You are intelligence. You are consciousness. And that is your true state of being. You are a sun itself. That spark of creatorness that contains all that there is. And so in a very important way, each of you is beyond all the changes yourself. The you that was created before time and space, the only you that ever was, the only you that ever will be, you are unique, and that's a beautiful thing, and it's a blessing. And truly, you are precious and beloved to the Creator, who values every distortion and seeming imperfection that has dented and banged you in the fire of learning and made you who you are. So you are loved and beloved by the Creator. You are loved and beloved by the one infinite source of all. And don't you think that the prime source of all things, that one infinite intelligence, would know our imperfections and still love us for it? Do you think that we would be created that way in order to just simply be condemned to hell, to be condemned to torment, to punishment? That's not logical, it's not of love, and it's not of source. For you vibrate with a certain chord that cannot be duplicated. That is essentially you, and that is most beautiful. We are all unique. We are all individual expressions of the one true Creator, the one prime Creator. And each one of us is beautiful in our own right, and we need to accept ourselves. For the Creator accepts us, and the Creator doesn't condemn us. Not at all. We are not to be fear-based. Fear is restrictive. Fear brings nothing but a pulling back away from love. There is no love in fear. Fear is the opposite of love. And Prime Creator's source, the infinite intelligence of the universe, is love. So this is basically all of the Law of One here. There's 106 entries, and it's quite a bit of time going through it. All these were channeled by LL Research, Carla Ruckert, Don Elkins, and Jim McCarty between 1981 and 1984. And so I do have a PDF that's attached as well. And so you could browse by session, you could browse by category and topic, which is awesome. And I'm going to go over the synopsis with you, and there's so much more here. This material, by many more esoteric students, is thought of in a very, very, very high regard by many. Some fundamental ideas from the Law of One material. The one infinite Creator. The Law of One states that there is only one, and that one is the infinite Creator, which Ra, and Ra is the entity that brings us this. And automatically you want to connect to Ra, the sun god of Egypt. And as we know, many beings were worshipped as gods, quote unquote, in the olden days and even today. But in fact, they were not Prime Creator itself, not the one infinite Creator, but other beings like you and me and other dimensional beings, beings that are just basically also emanations from the one source. So Ra is, in this sense, it's actually a collective of intelligences that have already ascended, that have already gone to a much, much higher dimension of reality, because they're embracing the service to others, and basically they're embracing the vibration of love, and that is what carries us upwards in the dimensions. If you embrace the vibrations of fear and of hatred and jealousy and service to self, that will send you farther away from Prime Creator and into a lower and lower dimension. And so, which Ra also calls infinite intelligence and the intelligent infinity, it is impossible to describe the one undifferentiated intelligent infinity unpolarized, full and whole, but it can be activated or potentiated. Each portion of the creation contains, paradoxically, the whole. Fractals. So think about in terms of fractals, and there is the law of as above, so below. Illusion. Since all is one, all manifestation or appearances of meaningless is ultimately an illusion. And that is what Buddha found out as well. According to Ra, it's an illusion carefully engineered in order to give the Creator an opportunity to know itself. Distortion. In Ra's terms, distortion is anything that moves away from an undistorted unity. This can be either what we would consider good, distortion towards love, or bad, distortion towards ill health. There are three fundamental distortions of infinite intelligence. The first distortion is free will, or finity, or the limit of viewpoint. The created universe that we experience is the Creator's exploration of itself through the first distortion, which Ra calls the law of confusion. The second distortion is love, or the logos, or the creative principle. It is the focus, the choice of attack, the type of energy of an extremely, shall we say, high order, which causes intelligent energy to be formed from the potential of intelligent infinity in just such and such a way. A logos can create a single star system, or it can create a galaxy with billions of star systems. Each galaxy has its own system of natural laws, and I believe its own cosmic mind. Ra says that some of its members have wandered to the creations of other logos, or logoi, and that the experience has been one which staggers the intellectual and intuitive capacities. In the case of galactic systems, the first physical manifestation of a logos is a cluster of central systems. The third distortion is light. It is the first manifestation visible to the eye. Light is intelligent, full of energy, and the building block of what we call matter. Light's characteristics include the infinite whole, paradoxically described by the straight line. Ra says that this paradox is responsible for the shape of the various physical illusion entities you call your solar systems, galaxies, and planets, all revolving and tending towards lenticular. Light energy has an upward spiraling characteristic which impels evolution. Sub-logoi. Our galaxy was created by a single logos, and our sun is a sub-logos of that logos. A sub-logos individualizes or differentiates the natural laws set up by its logos. It also refines the cosmic mind into its specific archetypical mind, informed by the experience of the other earlier sub-logoi. Sub-sub-logoi, and that humans are an example of a sub-sub-logoi. So in case you guys are wondering, that basically gives you an idea of what Prime Creator is, or infinite infinity, or the one creative force, God of the universe. And then the we could say deities that emanate out from that. So we could see that there really is only one, but ultimately, yes, and you could view it as there being many gods, quote unquote, but there's one source. And so, densities. The creation has 7 levels or densities. The 8th density forming the first density of the next octave of experience, just as the 8th note of a musical scale begins a new octave. Between 7th and 8th densities, the creation reemerges in a period of timelessness, formless unity with the Creator. It is Ra's understanding that the ways of the octave are without time. That is, there are 7 densities in each creation infinitely. They point out, though, that the limits of their knowledge are narrow. The first density is the density of awareness, in which the planet moves out of the timeless state into physical manifestation. Its elements are earth, air, water, and fire. On Earth, after matter has coalesced and space-time has begun to unroll its scroll of livingness, the first density took about 2 billion years. Second density is the density of growth, in which we call biological, that which we call biological life emerges and evolves into greater and greater complexity. Second density on Earth took about 4.6 billion years. Third density is the density of self-awareness and the first density of consciousness of the spirit. It is the axis upon which the creation turns because in it entities choose the way, either service to others or service to self, in which they will further their evolution towards the Creator. Third density is much shorter than the other densities, taking only 75,000 years. Fourth density is the density of love and understanding. Those who have successfully chosen a path come together with others of like minds, in which Ra calls a social memory complex. And that is how Ra is. Ra is a social memory complex. In order to pursue that path, either loving self or loving others. Fourth density lasts approximately 30 million years. Fourth density lifespans are approximately 90,000 years. Fifth density is a density of light and wisdom. Lessons are often learned individually rather than a social memory complex. Fifth density entities are beautiful by our standards because they can consciously shape their physical forms. Sixth density is the density of unity, in which love and wisdom are blended together. The two paths reunite as those on the service to self path, realizing that they cannot successfully master the lessons of unity without opening their hearts to others, switch their polarity to positive. Actually, Ra is the sixth density. Their sixth density cycle is 75 million years. Seventh density is the gateway density, in which we once again become one with the all, and it's the density of completion and turning towards timelessness or foreverness. Eighth density is also the beginning of the first density of the next creation. It is both Alpha and Omega, the spiritual mass of the infinite universes becoming one central sun, or creator once again. This is born a new universe, a new infinity, a new logos, which incorporates all that creator has experienced of itself. So very, very interesting stuff. Here is the PDF for you guys to check out, and it's great material. And also there are YouTubes on it that you could just listen to, of course, and it will go through. It does have that computerized voice on there, which you might find annoying, or you might find, kind of cute. Every one of us will view it a little bit differently, as we are all unique expressions of the one infinite intelligence, the one prime creator, the one source of all. And so it's just great, great, great material. This is all the introduction, which goes on quite a bit. I do encourage everybody to go and explore it fully. It is great stuff, and it's all done, as you see here, it's all questions and answers. So they simply ask him questions and get answers. And I found it just fascinating, and very, 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 very much enjoyed it. So my friends, I hope you do find this interesting. There is so much to talk about in the Law of One, and we could explore more in other upcoming videos as well. It's great stuff. It really, really is. And one thing to remember is this is the game: to know, to accept, to forgive, to balance, and to open the self in love. And that's from the 50th channeling. So much good stuff in there. I hope that you guys will check it out. So my friends, as always, please do thumbs up, support the channel, share with as many people as you can, subscribe, join our family, grow with us, reach out to us. I mean, the love that extends forward in this family is just amazing. An awesome, awesome group of people that I am so thrilled to have around me. Even if it's just around me energetically, and we are hundreds or thousands of miles apart, ultimately everything is an illusion but the love that joins us together. So God bless my friends. Namaste.